What's going on, Giant Nation? We're coming back to y'all with another video. I've been working on this for a real long time, trying to bring fans together to talk about what's going on this season. So stay tuned after this intro. Welcome back. It's your boy, the Giant Way, coming at y'all with another video. I got some special guests with me here today. I got my man Rashad and my man Lucas. If you guys just want to introduce yourself and then let people know what you're about, uh, so I'm gonna give y'all the floor.
You can go ahead, Lucas.
My name's Lucas. My TikTok, Instagram handle is NJMAGoats. A big Giants fan. I get hated all the time for being a big Celtics fan. I'll explain why later. But my main platform is TikTok, and I usually post like Giants recap videos, updates. It really depends, but stuff like that.
Yeah, it's Rashad. Pretty much just a fan. Follow a lot of Giants TikTok on all social media. That's where I linked up with the Giant Way. But that's pretty much it. But to be a Celtics fan, that sucks. I'm a Lakers fan, so.
All right, man. So let's get right into it, man. The first question is, what was your honest impression of the game for the preseason?
I mean, I would just say the excitement of seeing the offense, the new offense of the season on the field for the first time together. I would say the chemistry isn't quite there yet, but I feel like it'll come over time.
Okay, what about you, Lucas?
Yeah, I would agree. It's nice to see the offense out there, and it was definitely nice to see like Malik get a few catches. Slayton got that, like, I don't know how many yards it was, like 50.
Big
Probably
play.
probably DJ's best play of his career, although it was against backups. But overall, I think that was probably the best part of the game.
Okay, I want to welcome my man TP to the floor. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's the word, man?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to talk about this preseason game, man. You know, just dig in.
Yes, sir. I'm here back at work again, man. I couldn't miss the conversation, so I'm tuned in.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say my honest impression of the game, man. I was I was a little disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. My man DJ, y'all know if you really watching my content, man, I hype him up like no other. And him going out
I
there
do
and just
too.
throwing, and him just going out there and throwing 2 duds right away, man. That hurt
and
my
a
soul.
pick six on top of that too.
Yeah.
And then the first play, he
was
almost threw an interception to the first play. So I was just like, bro, what's going on, brother?
I'm like,
Wake up.
when I seen it, I'm like, I hope we're not about to go back to scared Daniel when it'll be hike, drop back, throw an interception because he doesn't have the depth perception when it comes to the pocket. So I'm like, I hope he shakes it off and gets over that.
And the fact that he's doing all of this, and I know it's just preseason, so he has like a few weeks to improve, but the fact that he's doing this with the way more improved offensive line than last year,
Exactly.
it's kind of pathetic, honestly.
Right.
And I know
And
a
I
ton of
was saying the
giant.
same thing.
What?
Oh yeah, I agree. I was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So for the next question, did you see what you wanted to see from the team overall? Like, were your expectations hit, or were they underwhelming?
Um, I can't really say it was underwhelming. I really was just trying to see what Malik would do this time, since the first preseason game he didn't really get any targets. So that's what I was really looking at Malik. I was definitely looking at the new tight end, the rookie tight end, and overall the offensive line. And I feel like the offensive line didn't do too bad because Daniel had way more time in the pocket than we usually see him get. So the
Yeah, he definitely had a lot of time.
yeah.
What about you, Lucas?
I thought it was. I th- thought we saw like what we wanted to see from the team. Um, Especially in the first half. Like I said earlier, it was nice to see Malik out there. It was nice to see like what the standard offense will probably be next year or this year. I meant, um, and um, it would. Hold on. You can go, Rashid.
Yeah. Well, Malik definitely stepped up. I could tell he was a little rattled after he dropped the first pass. So the second pass that he got from Daniel definitely showed that wherever you put the ball, he gonna go up there and get it, which is definitely what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, no. From pretty much from what I saw, I mean, I wasn't too happy, but I wasn't mad either because just like you said, this is pretty much our starters like first game. So I mean,
Right.
there's gonna be rust that they gotta dust off. I felt like that the defensive line played pretty well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah, I
overall
thought.
we did okay.
Yeah, I thought the
Right.
defense. I thought the defense was pretty good.
Yeah,
The
What about
defense
you,
definitely
TP?
didn't look bad.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
can I?
If you could just speak
Okay.
up a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take the headphones out and see how that is. How about now? Can you hear me?
Nah, brother, that's not it.
That's not it either.
Oh, that's much better. Right
Yeah,
there,
that's
right there,
better.
Right here?
right
Okay,
there.
cool, cool. So the question is, did I see what I wanted to see from the team overall, right?
Yes, sir.
Look, man, I'm not one of those type guys that's gonna sit here and overreact because something didn't go exactly how I planned. At
Right.
the end of the day, it's the game of football. Mistakes happen, bad things happen, but how you answer to those things is what I'm all about. I
Yes,
think
Facts.
sir.
that, yeah,
Facts.
Daniel Jones had a bonehead play. Okay, we all get it. But you got to look outside of that. First off, Houston, they didn't score not one offensive touchdown. You know why? Because they got in the red zone and our defense did what we expected them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to
Eh,
discredit that. Secondly, yeah, besides that pick, I think Daniel Jones played good. And nobody's going to want to say it because it's not the popular thing to say. At the end
Oh,
of the
this.
day, Daniel Jones was connecting with his receivers. Even on that first drive, he put the ball where Malik Neighbors should have grabbed it, but nobody's on Malik Neighbors' case because it's not a
Right. He definitely dropped it.
execution. Exactly. It's not an
Yeah.
execution thing. It's cute that hate on Daniel Jones. You know what I mean?
And people
So
need to think like what that would have did for his confidence if Malik would have caught that ball. Like I feel
Right.
like Daniel Jones would have dialed in because he would
come
have been like,
on, man.
okay, I got someone that's out here to help me out.
Yeah,
Come
but I
on.
mean, the fact that for me, this is Daniel Jones. This is going into his fifth season. We don't need
Six.
no more excuses for Daniel Jones. Well, yeah, it's sixth season. We don't need no more excuses for him.
That's a
Right.
fact.
Shane has done what he needs to do to put the right offensive line in front of him. He has a weapon this year. We got Wandale coming around, Jalen Hyatt second season. There's no excuses for Daniel Jones this year.
Yeah, I think everybody, whether you're on the side of Daniel Jones, whether you're in the middle, or whether you a hater, I think everybody could at least agree this is the last hoorah. This is it.
Yeah,
For
This is
sure.
last chance.
I mean,
right.
like we all been talking about, it's got to be playoffs for him for us to keep
At
going
least the
on with
wild
him.
card.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's playoff or bust
Right.
for him.
Okay.
I
For
I
think
mean,
sure.
yes,
but if that's what they were saying in Hard Knocks, that's what Shane was saying in the Hard Knocks
there's
series this year. That this is Daniel Jones make or break year.
Well,
there's a
well, let
re
me let me let me just say this too, because yeah, I agree with y'all. I think the playoffs are definitely the expectation, but when it comes to Daniel Jones, if he balls out this year, and our secondary is the reason on why we can't be a successful team, then that needs to be counted for.
Man, you hitting on my
True.
notes, brother.
I mean, but
I'm
we
I'm
also
just
got to
saying.
remember that Daniel Jones did bring us to the playoffs with a way worse team. So that's
Of
why I'm
course,
saying
everybody
there's
forgets
no
that.
excuses.
yeah, everyone nowadays just says, "Oh, he stinks," just and which is kind of true, but I don't
I mean,
I
you're
don't
just being
know.
honest. There's
I
nothing
mean,
wrong with that, brother.
I
That
don't
that's
know.
right, yeah,
It's hard to back up Danny, but
yeah,
when people are saying that and forget about what you just said about how he led the team to the playoffs with pretty much like no receiving core and a
right,
way worse O line than he has, you got to give him
yep,
credit for that. But he definitely
exactly.
needs to. We need to raise the bar. There's a reason why Dable said in Hard Knocks, we need to try and get Jaden Daniels.
right.
Well, you
Yeah,
know what? Coach Dable says that, but also let's not get it twisted. Daniel Jones is the reason on why he won Coach of the Year.
that's a fact.
Very
That's a
much
fact.
so.
That's a fact.
The
You
whole
can't deny
team,
that.
the whole team.
And I mean, like, that's the special part of it because Dabes is calling the plays now. So hopefully every play call has Daniel Jones' best interests.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, hopefully.
yeah. I
I
don't
think
want. Go ahead. I hear you.
I think what you were saying about how the play calls will affect them, I think it'll be pretty good because um, DJ and Josh Allen are very similar. They both run fast. They can both throw the ball deep. We've seen it in training camp. We saw it yesterday.
Yep.
Um, it'll work somehow,
But
and
I feel like
it worked with DeVito too. Whether
yeah.
DeVito comes in if he gets hurt or if it's Danny the entire season.
I mean, but I feel like a lot of us have forgotten that Daniel Jones can throw the deep ball. Like when he first got his chance at QB1 for the Giants, that's pretty much him and Slayton was the connection, deep passes down the field. So to see
Yeah,
him doing that again is like a sort of like a glimpse at hopefully what we'll see this year.
Right.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think the main thing is what people have to take away from what we've seen and just the snippet that we was able to see is that at the end of the day, Daniel Jones was giving receivers chances to make plays. You
Right.
know, I know that second interception, people have their different opinions about it. I've said on my channel plenty of times, I'm a receiver guy. The truth of the matter is, was it the best ball to Jalen Hyatt? No. But I just
No.
don't think the game of football is played like that. I don't think that quarterbacks are going to always put it exactly where it needs to be. I do think
Yeah.
that ball was put in a place to where it was possible for a receiver to make a play.
I
I don't.
think that ball was a little short. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that
what I was
was
about to say. I
Yeah,
don't think
that
he put enough on it. He ain't put enough on. He underthrew
the
it.
the
Just
You don't
wasn't
think
Stingley
enough power
y'all don't
on.
think he could have high pointed that ball?
the Stingley
If
one?
he
I mean the
if
way
Daniel put if he put a little bit more umph on it, like just to where he could stay in stride and catch it, it would have been straight. But I feel like he just didn't put enough on it.
He
Do
should
y'all
have been
think?
throwing it to the end zone instead of like Hyatt
Yeah,
and like trying to get him to run underneath it.
So listen, I
right.
agree with y'all. I definitely agree. I definitely think it should have been put put in front of him to the point to where Jalen Hyatt definitely had a foot on him. He definitely beat his man. I'm definitely not, I'm not arguing that. But my question to y'all is, do y'all think that there was a chance where Jalen Hyatt could have high pointed that ball and caught it at his highest point?
Nah, because the defender was right on his back.
Yeah, I
So
don't think
then
he
you had to
was.
put it
Yeah.
in front of him. He had to put that right in front of him where he could stay in stride, catch and run. Because the
Because
defender was
he
right
caught it
there.
like he was the wide receiver.
Right, exactly. The
Yeah,
defender
exactly.
caught it like Daniel threw it to him. That's why I'm saying he didn't. He just didn't put enough power on it. It didn't have enough lift.
But overall, Daniel Jones had a good game. He definitely settled in the game.
Yeah,
Um, after those two picks, and I just feel like a lot of people are not giving him credit for that. Like
Yeah.
he
it's
bounced
the
back.
interceptions.
Did you guys see what he said after the game too?
I did not.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
I saw like a little clip like where he said like he needs to be like confident and try and like gain confidence from those things.
Right.
And he's been trying to do that his entire career.
Yeah, and that's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
I honestly, when it comes to those press conferences, Coach Dable, Daniel Jones, like pretty much all of them, I really don't. I take it with a grain of salt because they are guys who are going to give you the answer that you want to hear for the most part.
yeah.
Facts.
Daniel Jones is never going to blame anybody else. That's not his
Never.
character. He's going to
Yeah,
take.
nah.
He's always going to take it on the chin, and he's always going to be the one to say, raise his hand and say, you know what, I got to do better. So I kind of take that with a grain of salt a little bit.
But I think there is some confidence like to it though for him because like once he knows that all he has to do is just throw it, I think we will get like way much better play out of him, especially when he can step up in the pocket.
Yep.
Uh, he definitely gonna be right. But
Yeah.
let's move on to the next question. What's your honest impression of our secondary?
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna just be short and sweet and make it simple like this. CB1, check. Safeties, check.
Yeah,
Nickel, X. CB2, X.
I,
I
j-
mean,
I just have I have one question about that
go ahead,
to be
brother.
honest. Why did they cut Jalen Mills? Because I know a ton of Giants fans and even fans of other teams that were perfectly happy with him, and they cut him like they've cut a couple of players before the season even started, but him in particular,
right.
and he's
Um,
a corner.
What? Well, my man, TP, he might be on to something, man. He feels like there's something big coming, and I think it was a money thing. Um,
right.
I think we
Yeah,
might be making a move to get somebody.
yeah,
And we
Yeah,
just gotta
I
have the
hope
money
so.
for it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we definitely need somebody with experience out there to help the young bulls out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
everyone wanted us to get Stephon Gilmore or the guy
I
that went
did.
to the.
Right. I was
Everyone
about to
wanted
say I would have
the
been
guy.
fine with Stephon Gilmore coming.
Yeah, the guy that went to the Falcons too. I forget his
Right.
name.
Yeah. When I seen I think Simmons from the Broncos.
Yeah,
When I seen that they got him, I was like, damn. I
that
was
guy.
hoping that
Yeah,
Shane was trying to do something in the background to get him on our team, but we need the young players definitely need a leader because I definitely don't want them back there just willy nilly running, flying around, no direction. Not saying that the defensive coordinator is gonna allow that, but we definitely need some type of leadership out there for that defense. And
speaking of.
well,
go ahead.
I will say this. Our secondary did look like we was given a lot of cushion, and
That's
I
Yeah,
that
don't know.
zone though.
Yeah, it definitely was the zone, but I didn't see the aggressiveness on the other side of the field, on opposite of Deontay Banks.
Yeah, I was about to
And
say Deontay Banks was doing his. He was
yeah,
Bro was
going
yeah.
going
one.
Look,
crazy.
He was
I've seen
going
enough. I've seen enough.
bananas.
I've seen enough of Deontay Banks. Let's get
Yo,
him
he's
ready for
gonna be
week
a
one. I'm
problem.
good. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
Yeah.
be a problem.
for
Yeah,
sure.
we knew that when he was gonna get when he got drafted that he was gonna be the problem.
And he looks more comfortable in the defense now, second year. So
Yeah,
he
yeah. That
and
confidence is
especially as
everything.
seeing what he could do in the red zone, how he was locking up the receiver in the red zone. I'm like, yeah, we got one with
Yeah,
Banks.
And,
Yeah,
and,
We got
and
one.
yeah,
I'm ready for week one because
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson, he don't like cornerbacks that like put hands on you. So
and
yeah.
yup.
he's gonna be
Banks gonna
he's gonna be targeted all the time because uh Addison is hurt, McCarthy's
right.
hurt, Sam Darnold's starting, I think. Um,
yeah, we should
but
not
I
lose to the
think
Vikings.
if
I
Facts.
don't
we
care what
lose
I got
anyone
us
says,
winning.
bro.
I got
if
We
us
we
should
winning
lose
week
not
one.
lose to them.
I
if
got
we
us
lose to
winning
the
week one.
Vikings, our season's over.
All
Oh
right, so let's
man.
move
Oh,
on. Let's move on. Let's move on. How much does their success depend on the pass rush, the
I would say
secondary,
a lot. I would say a
Yeah,
lot.
I would say a lot. We were just
especially
Cause
talking
playing in
about
that
if
that a little
zone?
bit.
right, if Dex, Spider, Kayvon, if they can't get pressure on the quarterback to where it messes up the quarterback and where they throwing, it might catch one of the young and sleep back there, and that could definitely mess up the defense.
Do
I,
you
I,
feel like
Ye-
we put pressure on CJ?
I feel like it was tough for them to do that because CJ was just back there, looking like a natural. Like it looked like he been in the league for 6, 7 years. The way he was looking in the little bit that he played, so I don't know if it's the fact that they don't have that chemistry together as a group yet, or I'm not sure what. I can't
well,
really put my
I
finger on
do
it,
want to
but
put this in perspective too, because I do know that this was a comparison, which I kind of like. Really don't like the comparison thing that's been going on between like the fan base comparing C.J. Stroud and Daniel Jones. Even when you just look at what we was working on in our preseason game versus what they was working on, with two different things. For one, it seemed like they were more focused on their offense. They were just more focused on base plays.
yeah,
Us, we was working on shots down the field, and it was obvious. Like
Right.
we was working on, getting Daniel Jones more comfortable with. Even
Yeah.
Coach Dable actually said it. You know what I mean, with the play action and looking downfield. So I don't
hmm
think we were schemed up to really run our true offense. Hence, we didn't use Wandale Robinson a lot, and we know we're gonna use him. So
he
like,
gonna be yeah.
so
He's
when
a
it
vital
comes to
part of the
that,
offense this year.
CJ Stroud was just hitting his receivers that he was supposed to hit. Nothing too crazy. So I think our defensive line came into play when it was time for them to come into play, and that was in the red zone. So the
Yes.
Yeah,
red
they did.
zone,
Yeah, I
They
was gonna get
definitely
to that.
showed up
Yeah,
you know
in
in
what
the
the
I
red
red
mean?
zone,
zone
I
for
definitely
sure.
noted that. Yep, in the red zone, they was locking everything down, and I was like, all right, because normally our red zone defense lacks.
Oh
And
man.
yeah,
seeing what they did in this preseason game, I'm like, all right, they got a little something going on with the red zone defense this year.
But what was
but he
more exciting about that was that it was everybody. Everybody made a
Every
play.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yes.
So
yeah.
That
One
hey, hey
cohesiveness.
cohesive
David,
unit.
look, I don't know if you seen my text, but your boy Kayvon Thibodeau set that edge.
Yeah, he
Right.
did. He did decent,
Yes,
bro. He
sir.
did decent. I ain't gonna
right.
lie. But let's move on to the next question. Who will be the best player
Mm,
on our D line?
Show your jersey.
I got that Eli.
Yeah, that's the Lawrence right there.
I wish I had a jersey on, guys.
Okay, so Dexter Lawrence. So you telling me Dexter Lawrence is going to be the standout no matter what?
Well, I think that from a football perspective, right? maybe he may not be as loud in the stat department, but I think that he's going to be the key to why everybody else will eat for sure.
For sure.
You know, I think
Okay.
it was a stat. It was a crazy stat. And I wish I could remember it. That when he was getting interviewed, um, Shorty kind of pointed it out. But the amount of pressures that he gets on quarterbacks is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he was like in the 80s or something, and like the last
Yeah,
people was like in the 50s or something. It was like a
yeah,
substantial,
yup.
yeah. But
That's
that's what I was
crazy.
saying when we was talking about Chris Jones and him. I just feel like Dex got him now. Dex is the better player for
I'll
sure.
agree. I'll agree that Dex is definitely going to be great this year. There's no doubt about it. Same with Burns, but I think out of all three of those guys on the D line and just the D line in general, I think this is like Kayvon's breakout year, his third year.
Okay, that goes into the next question. Y'all killing it.
I believe in Kayvon. I
Yeah,
personally,
100%.
I
Say it again.
personally, I believe in Kayvon. But listen, I personally think that he is trying to be like the next LT in a way.
Facts.
If you see the way that he sacks players kind of similar to the way that LT does. And he talks back to players the way that LT used to. If you go back to the game against the Colts in 2022 when we made the playoffs and he did the snowflake thing,
Yup.
That
Yeah.
boy was a
Uh-huh.
menace.
yeah.
He stepped
Yup.
up to the plate big time.
But
But
that's one thing
I
I
feel
do
like
love about
Burns,
Kayvon though.
But
yeah,
Go
but
ahead, bro.
I personally think this is his breakout year. But
it,
what are your thoughts?
I feel like Burns is gonna play a part in that because now with
Oh yeah.
Burns back there with him, the offense pretty much got to pick your poison. If you want to deal with
Yup.
KT coming at you, or do you want Burns coming at you? And then we got Sexy Dexy. That's definitely
Yup.
gonna help him out.
Just
So
crash in
Uh-huh.
the middle.
like
That's a fact.
exactly. So I feel like Burns is definitely gonna help Kayvon take that next step this year.
I think Burns is definitely a leader on this squad now.
Facts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think Shane and Dable are like really good at trying to get players that are gonna be leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's in the locker room or trying to I don't know how to say it, get players to get ready for their
Okay.
Right.
future,
Yep.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
players that did well in the past, even though Burns is still young.
Talking about
I,
mentoring and bringing
A
them along.
mentor,
hmm
yeah,
I got you.
mentor.
Yep.
I think he's gonna be like a big mentor for the defense in general.
For sure.
look, I do want to
Definitely.
just give an honorable mention out there, man. I think that Elijah, damn, I'm forgetting his full name.
Chapman.
Elijah Chapman. I
Oh,
think
the
that he's,
unspoken.
Did
Yeah.
you
yeah,
see how fast he ran yesterday?
Bro,
Right.
talk that man
yo,
down.
I've
Oh,
never,
as a
I'm gonna
big
be real
dude,
with
for a
you.
big dude to
I
do
never
that, I
seen
was
nothing
like,
like
that's
that.
He
wild.
was
No,
moving.
they recorded how fast he ran yesterday. It was like 16 something, 16
That's
miles per
crazy for
hour,
a big man.
16
Right.
something like that.
But
Heck yeah.
even if we go back to that defensive line stance to keep them from scoring, Elijah Chapman was the one who was getting held because he was there
He was
to
giving them the
to
business.
exactly. So when I say like everybody on that D line ate at one point, I'm including him as well. So
Got you.
I'm not saying that I think he's gonna, outperform the others. I just wanted the honorable mention,
Okay.
him when it comes to the conversation of the D
Did
line.
the update come out about McFadden? Cause I know he got hurt during the preseason game.
I'm still waiting to hear about that as well.
I
Yeah, cause
know
I
it
ain't
was just
seen
growing.
none.
I think they said 2 to 4 weeks or something like that.
Oh, so yeah,
Yeah,
he'll be back.
that
Yeah, he'll be
was
back.
that was bad.
But hold
Yeah,
on. Let's stay on task.
gosh.
My man TP Let's hear
Yes,
what you got
sir.
to say about Kayvon. What?
Man, I not only do I believe in Kayvon, I know for sure that this is going to be his best year up to date. His first year, unfortunately, he was injured, so we only got a sample size of what was to come. Me and David talk all the time about his second year. I thought his second year was solid. I definitely think he's shown that he has great capabilities. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. Whenever you have a DN that is recording double digit sacks, he's doing something right. Like we can't
I
take away
cannot
from that.
argue that.
You
I
know what I
cannot
mean?
argue that. I
Now,
cannot argue that. You got me
also,
there.
also when we think about moments, like my man just said it. That's snow what you call it?
The Snow Angel.
Snow
Yeah.
Angel. The
Yeah.
Snow Angel celebration, that is a moment. The takeover in Washington, that is a moment.
Yup.
That Baltimore,
I was about to
making
say, yep,
Lamar
when
Jackson,
Oh
sacked
yeah,
come
Lamar
that
for the
on.
sack.
fumble.
I was there
That
for that
Yup.
game. That was
I know that
amazing.
was crazy.
Damn.
I know that was crazy. That was
That's
a
dope,
moment.
bro.
You know what I mean? So these are moments right here from Kayvon Thibodeau doing what he needs to do. And
Hmm.
this
Okay.
is just only in this short span of time.
Right.
Now you're telling me there are weapons added to it?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Oh
let me
yeah.
get my
Exactly.
take. Let me get my take. Let me get my take.
Oh, here we
So
go. Here we go.
I'm definitely not mad what I saw from Kayvon. I don't really have negative, like nothing negative to say. Um, he looked good. He looked good. It's just, can he build on that? Can he be consistent? That's all I'm looking to see.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about what you've seen so far in the preseason, or?
Yep, yep.
Overall. Like
Overall,
overall for yeah. I mean that's why
yeah,
I'm saying I feel like Burns is definitely gonna add to that. Like he's not back
yeah,
there by himself no more.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
yeah.
was
I
trying.
feel like
That's what
Burns
I
is
was
definitely
trying
gonna
to say.
be the step stool to continue with the consistency.
Okay. So let's go to this next question here. Can Bowen revamp our defense?
I don't
Oh,
think. I personally don't think Wink was a bad defensive coordinator in any means. Obviously, he resigned for some reasons. I won't talk about it because we all know why. But I do think Bowen will be able to get this defense back on track, and we've seen it so far in the preseason. They held the Lions. I know it was their backups to 0 points in the second half.
exactly.
Um,
Hey, they almost went to the Super Bowl last year.
exactly.
Exactly. Yup.
Quiet as kept.
Everyone,
That's for
Yup.
sure.
I made a TikTok like right after the game about it, and they're like, "Why are you celebrating? It's just preseason." And just because it's preseason, it doesn't mean you can't be happy with the way that your defense is played
Right.
And that's our depth.
in the pre
Those are not
yeah
our starters.
Yeah.
in the preseason most of the time, at least in the first half in the preseason, at least for the Giants, the last 3 years, the starters have played.
Yeah.
I
And that's why I was
think.
excited to see the starters in the second game of the preseason. We didn't really get to see
Yeah,
them in the first game, so. But I mean, when Bowen was first hired, wasn't really quite sure who he was, but
yeah,
from
I
looking at
wasn't sure who he was either.
yeah, so I pretty much just looked at the tape of the Titans defense, looking at
I
the
did the
stats on
same thing.
how yeah, on how they did last season as far as defensive wise, but just seeing how he's an aggressive schemer. Like when it comes to the defense, he's very aggressive with the defense. And the fact that Kayvon was already known to be one of our aggressors on the defense, Dexter Lawrence, and now we got Burns. With those three pieces alone, I feel like Bowens will be able to concoct something that'll keep him on his aggressive scheme. We just have to see what the secondary is going to look like. at this cornerback positions to see what he does with that. But I feel
And
like
I
with those
think
three up
like
front, he'll be straight.
I think for the preseason, we obviously know like everything is like vanilla, basic,
Right.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I think he got some stuff cooking, especially with the
Exactly.
cornerbacks that we have and the quickness
Yeah.
that we have. We definitely gonna be bringing that pressure from the outside. Um, with Phillips, even with Banks coming.
hmm
Um,
I just hope Flop finally wake up. Flop been sleep. Flop
So
me. I don't know what son doing, but
I just
dog.
think he needs to get in the weight room. I feel like if he just got a little bit bigger, he would be
I don't think
better.
he in that playbook.
Even if
I don't know
That
Banks,
what
too.
he.
I
I don't
think
think
Hey,
Flop
Bank,
is in that playbook, man. He
I
gonna get somebody
honestly
hurt,
think,
or he gonna get hurt.
speak on
I
that.
honestly think Banks could be a mentor for Flott.
True.
that's not
Yeah.
good. That is
I
not
mean,
Yeah,
good.
I mean, yeah, it's not good, but it'll help Flop, catch up to with the page that they on. Cause right now, Flop, I don't see him being in the mix.
Vlad is supposed to be mentoring everybody on that secondary right now, to be honest with you. Like, that's
It,
where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
he ain't
It's
showing it
crazy
though.
because, like, quiet is kept. I know it's hard to really look at him as such, but he's supposed to be the vet. He's supposed to be the
Exactly.
Darius Slayton of the
Right.
defense.
Yeah. And
So, like, it's hard. It's gonna be hard for people. It's
Uh,
gonna be hard for people like Deontay Banks, who's in his sophomore year, to take the leadership role over him. Yeah, that's not a good look.
I mean that's
hey
why we got to bring
man.
in that veteran. We
For
I was
sure,
really
Right.
like,
for sure.
Right.
I don't know why we didn't look at Gilmore. Like I don't know if we
Yeah.
just
yeah,
couldn't
I don't know
afford
why
him
we
or
didn't either.
what the case was, but we need a veteran. Like we just
Yeah,
need one. So
That's exactly why
Facts.
I was saying, why did we release Mills?
Right. I mean, it probably might. It was probably something with the books, because I don't think Shane would have made that move if it wasn't beneficial for the team.
I
So
think they're gonna make a trade. They're gonna have to do
yeah,
something because
and I
they got
think
to
it's
bring
gonna.
Why did
somebody
they?
in.
I think it's gonna come when we cut
Speaking of,
down when we chop down that roster. I think that's when
Oh yeah,
a move is
yeah.
gonna be made.
Speaking of trades, why did they make that trade with the Cowboys? They sent Jordan Phillips and got like a 6th round pick for next year.
I think they loading up on cash, brother.
Yeah,
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 Shane. When they, we've already known when Shane making moves, don't ask no questions, because we know
Yeah,
he know what he doing.
yeah, he's
something's
cooking.
cooking.
He has not
Something's
let us down
cooking.
yet. So it's like whenever
Actually,
I see a move, it's like, hey, he know
so
what he
to answer
doing.
your
I ain't
question,
questioning.
about Shane, I just, man, look, I can only go by what I see right now, right? So this sample size, the energy that's in the building right now, just looking at the energy that's on this defense right here, the first two preseason games, the performances that they put out there, I think that he has them at a place where we're playing physical ball, and I love that. A lot of these offenses in the league, they not gonna want to see that. They
Facts.
not gonna want anything to do with that. So I think as of right now, I'm comfortable with what he's doing with this defense. I think that he's putting certain people in better places to succeed and be them themselves. So I mean, of course, we will only know once the season starts, and we'll see more. But as of right now, I feel good.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think he's gonna come in and do a good job with us, man. I honestly believe that. Um, I love his stop the run first mentality. Because
hmm
we definitely did that. If that's one
Yeah,
thing what we
yeah, that's
did
a
do,
fact.
we definitely stopped the run, and I just love that. Um, one person I want to talk about is DJ Davidson, brother.
Mm,
We need help because if Dex go out and
right.
he got to come in,
We in trouble.
bro, that's a
we'll sign.
We in
marshmallow.
uh,
trouble.
We'll sign someone.
And that's why I'm like, I'm scratching my head with the Phillips thing because I'm like, he is not better than or DJ Davidson is not better than Phillips. Like,
But Phillips
not
isn't
even
that.
close.
Phillips is not that great either, and no disrespect to Phillips.
Well, he's a veteran.
Right.
That's just the only thing. He's a veteran, and DJ Davidson, he just gets pushed around. Like, bro, do you
Like
got
he, he
any
ain't got no
type of
weight
fight
on
back or something? Like, what's going
One
on?
one quick thing I wanted to mention about signing people. Have you guys noticed that like time after time that they sign people, it's always from the Bills? And I think I have some reasoning behind why that's happening.
Well, I mean, that's probably just familiarity, and then
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I think it's really. But another thing, I think Dable is like kind of concerned that he might lose his job, so he's like trying to get some people that he knows will trust him in the locker room and will and won't
I
lose
mean,
hit and
but
won't lose.
I don't really see Dayball losing the locker room because he's not really
no.
I
that
don't
type of
see him
coach.
lose.
Too.
I don't see him losing the locker room either. But I think
Yeah.
that's what he's concerned about, especially after last year.
I don't think he's going to lose his job. I mean,
I
even
don't
in
think
Hard
so
Knocks,
either.
John Mara, he acknowledged that like we can't just keep starting over and then bringing in new
Yeah.
regimes.
The
So
only way he's losing his job this year is if they do absolutely terrible or if they bench Daniel Jones.
I
Well,
honestly don't believe
I,
anything that happens. Is
right.
Dave's lose his job?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like
well, this
Dayball was our next Tom Coughlin. Like I
facts.
Really?
really see Dayball being the next Tom Coughlin
He's the
because
next Tom. He's the next Tom Coughlin in an
as far
offensive-minded
as
way.
longevity wise, not saying he coaches like Tom Coughlin. I'm saying like longevity wise. Tom Coughlin was the head coach of the Giants for years, for a long time. So I feel like compared to the coaches that we've just had, Dayball is definitely looking at a Tom Coughlin type of
He's gonna be here for
tenure.
a
well.
while,
Let
brother.
me
Yeah, he's gonna be here for a while.
let me
Yeah.
say this because the Hard Knocks thing did kind of teach me that Joe Shane really was aggressive, and he's he's took an opposite approach with that. Because when you have John Mara on your back, and he's
And
really like trying to tell you what to do,
and I
Right.
feel
all
like
right.
Mara finally took the gloves off and is finally taking a step back. Like you got it, and
But
we've seen that
I
through
feel
the
like
hard knocks.
Joe Shane like took the gloves off of him type thing. Like I
Yeah,
don't
you
feel like
hired me to do a
Yeah.
job. Let me do my
exactly.
Right.
job.
And I feel like
Yeah.
when you take that approach, I feel like, yo, listen, something has to shake. Like, it can't be a horrible year. Now, I'm not saying that I think that after this year that I think that people are going to be fired. But if they don't have a good year, I think the conversation is going to start to be had because I don't think that John Mara is going to be okay with the fact that they put him in a back burner position, and so I think he's looking at it like, listen, y'all want me to sit back? Okay, cool. Do something with it now.
I
Now,
mean, but
y'all
what
got rid of
solidified
Saquon.
it?
Y'all
But what
got rid of
solidified
Saquon.
it for me was going back to Hard Knocks when you could tell John Mara didn't want to make the Saquon Barkley trade,
Yeah.
and
That's
the
what I
He
was
back
didn't
and
he
about to
forth
didn't want
with
to
say.
let him
him
go at
and
all.
right, but the
He
back and forth
wanted
with him
to.
and Shane, putting his foot down like, hey man, we got to do it because this is how much
Exactly.
they asking for, this is what they want, and for John Mara to actually roll over and be like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's how I know Dayball is gonna be here for a while. He has full faith in what they're gonna do with the program.
He did
And I
say
mean,
that
you
in
got
a.
to look at the offense that we're trying to like put out there now. We're trying to have a air raid offense where it's
Yep.
not just dependent on handing the
Yeah.
ball off.
Say giving the Saquon the ball 98% of the game. We're
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
You
doing
got to
that
go
no
out
more.
there and make decisions, brother. You got to make the right decision to get the ball to the right people. But we also need those people that can get open and catch the ball. That's the biggest part of it.
Facts.
Now,
So
to Coach Dable's credit, I like I haven't seen this as like my in any recent years. I haven't seen a coach that has the locker room the way he has it. Even when you think about how
Yep.
ugly last year was, the fact that we won 6 games is type wild. Because
man,
I don't even feel like we were supposed to win that.
and we had the
Fact.
worst offensive line
The worst.
I'm
We
telling
in
couldn't
you.
get no
the
chemistry.
NFL,
I'm telling you. Like, yo, we
Couldn't get no
almost beat the
chemistry going
Bills.
on the O line.
and we
People
won 6 games.
people
Like,
keep telling.
and you got to think about it. We almost beat the Bills.
Right.
We
You
could
can
have beat
blame
the Chiefs.
Tyrod for that,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, I don't want to dive into that, but I can't
Yeah,
necessarily blame him to that.
nah, brother. What the hell was you doing?
Right, right, right.
But the Seahawks game, we was in that. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones killed us with that.
Yep.
But there was, I mean, listen, we were in a lot of those games, and
We were.
I think mainly it was because Coach Dable just really has these guys believing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, even when you go to the magical year in 2022, it
Man.
wasn't talent. It
It
wasn't
really
talent
wasn't.
that,
It
you know
really
it
what I'm
wasn't.
really
saying?
wasn't.
It wasn't
Everybody was
talent
just
at
playing
all
to their best of their ability.
because of the head coach. Yeah.
But it started
Yeah,
at the top.
yeah.
It
And
started
we
at the
seen a
top.
little bit of it this last preseason game. He didn't let the offensive starters off the field till halftime. Like they played the whole first
Nah,
half
And
because he
we
was
nah.
like, "Y'all
need
not
that.
coming
We
off
need
that
that.
field." Yeah, he's
That,
literally like, "Y'all want to sit here and play like this? Y'all gonna work it out? Go ahead. Keep
uh,
playing. Get them
Okay, so
snaps
and
in."
let's hold on. Let me slow it down. Let's get back to these questions real quick. Um, so what will it take for you to be satisfied with our season if we don't win the Super Bowl or go to the playoffs?
More
I'll
than
say
7
that.
wins.
I'll say
If we
this.
can,
Go ahead, Lucas.
We're not gonna win the Super Bowl this year, unfortunately.
You never know.
You
oh,
You
never.
yeah,
I
never
mean, you
know.
never. All
You
right.
can't
I'm
You
too
tell
know.
seasoned.
me
I'm too seasoned
nothing.
to say that.
All right. If there's people watching this right now who actually know me, I think they'll probably say like I'm crazy for that because people that watch my TikToks will say I'm a delusional fan. People think I'm delusional for saying that we're gonna go 9-8 this year, but
hey, I
actually
got us at 10.
that is my
Got us
honest
at 11.
prediction. That is my
Brother,
honest prediction.
listen
I
now.
got us
I'm gonna
getting
say
10 this
this.
year.
I'm gonna say this. The record is irrelevant. We just need to get in the playoffs.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
I'll
Yeah,
take
That's
a
That's a
it.
wild
fact.
card spot.
That's
Yeah, I'll
it.
take a wild card.
Nah, that's a fact.
We just need to get in the playoffs because once we get in the playoffs, everything starts over. So the record is irrelevant to me. I don't really
That's
care.
fact.
We just need to get in. That's it.
That's a
True.
fact. I just get involved with the record conversation because it's cute. You know what I mean? But I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. I look as far as the Super Bowl thing. Like, come on, yo, we Giants fans. We like anytime we went to the Super Bowl, we wasn't supposed to be there. So
That's
I
what I'm
That's
can't.
a fact.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
I
can't.
fact.
listen.
People was down talking Eli that year and everything.
Yeah,
I
yo,
believe in
and there's a
this.
lot of things that like correlate to that year that's happening now that was just like that year. You know what I mean? So, I
I
go ahead. I'll
believe
let
in
you
this
finish
team.
answering it, but that's just how I feel about the Super
Yeah,
Bowl thing.
Go ahead,
I
Lucas.
believe in this team. I think they can make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah,
And
and that's why I say
if they make the playoffs, you never know what can happen.
I mean, we honestly just a couple pieces away. I feel like if we get a good number two corner and we get the pressure from our defensive line, I think
yeah,
we'll be all right. I mean,
facts. I
honestly,
mean, we made it to the playoffs with way worse, so
Come
I
on,
feel
man.
like the team we got this year is way better than the team that we had the year we made the playoffs. So
Yeah,
we could
people
definitely do it.
people are telling me we're gonna go 3-14 and be like
Nah,
last place in the
Yeah,
division.
they
I'm like,
misinformed.
what are you
nah.
on? Like,
I
I
mean,
mean,
a lot of people just like to hate the Giants just because
Yeah,
that's the
Right.
popular thing to do, and it takes
yeah,
Yeah.
a real Giants fan to not listen to none of that because they don't know. They don't put the time
Right.
into our team
And
like
then I
us.
feel and what I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of outsiders, is like, I've been a fan since the Eli era, and, Tom
same.
Coughlin. So it's like I've never seen the Giants be one of those standout teams like the Chiefs, like the Tom Brady era Patriots. We've never been that team to be flashy, big stats here and there. We've always
yeah,
been
Right.
the sneaky offensive team that's gonna come in and do what we have to do. Dogs,
yeah,
grit, fight, grind.
yeah.
Like we've never been that type of flashy type of team. So
That's a
it's like
fact.
when I hear outsiders talk about the teams, like y'all just don't know. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
y'all just regurgitating what y'all hearing on ESPN and all of that. Like y'all
exactly,
don't really know us. Y'all don't know us.
That's
exactly.
it.
I
That's it.
think Dable is like the perfect coach that could do that if he is able
He
to.
gonna get it done, brother. He is
Yeah,
gonna get it done.
if he can lead us to the playoffs and somehow lead us to the Super Bowl, he is the one coach right now that can, out of any of the 32 coaches, and that is a hot take, but I'm saying this now. He is the only coach out of all 32 coaches in the NFL who could lead this New York Giants team to a dynasty run.
Facts. I
Man,
believe
He
that.
Well, let
has the
me.
look,
he has the locker room already, and like you guys have said, he's like perfect. He's a perfect like Tom Coughlin type guy.
Yep.
No fact. Well, let me answer the question here. I personally would be satisfied with a super entertaining season. Like, if we don't make the playoffs, let it be, but let it be similar to. And I hate to keep bringing this year up, but I mean it's just true.
mm-hmm.
Let it be like 2022, where we know that there is fight out there. See, I tell people all the time, I'm satisfied with an L if I see them out there going hard, like fighting.
I mean,
I can
sometimes
live
you
with
just
that.
lose games. Sometimes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
uh, uh,
like as long as we are in the hunt and we not bowing down to nobody, and we are actually like looking like something, it's like I can live with it. Like,
I just don't want to see multiple losses like in a row.
yeah,
I'm
nah,
just
I can't do
Unnecessary
that, man.
losses.
Nope.
like
Losses where we could have had it and we literally gave it away. Like
yeah.
we
I'm
need to
telling you.
So
I
Well,
put a
think
that's
we'll
number
gonna
on
clean
it.
that
happen.
up.
Put a number on it. How many games do we have to win
So
just for
give
you
me
to be
10.
satisfied?
Give me 10. Because there's a chance that 10 may not get you into the playoffs.
I
True.
say
But
10.
I will be
I say 10,
satisfied
but if
with
we
10.
finish with 8, I'll be satisfied.
I'd be
Just
satisfied with
because
8 or 9.
of all that we have done this off season and how I envision this off season to go, it's like, yo, we gotta have 10. And it's because I think the only way that we don't have 10 is one or two things: quarterback play, or we just get injuries all over the place.
And that's what I'm afraid of. And that's what's really
Yeah.
been like a lot of people. It's like that. It slips their memory that the reason why we've had lackluster seasons is because of injury.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I feel like
Even
Like,
we're the
back
most injured team in the league.
even
nah, for
back in
sure.
20 even back in 2022 when we made the playoffs, we were loaded with injuries that year.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
and we barely played with our full roster, man. Like,
Yeah, and
it's one of
that
those
was one of
things.
our. My fault. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but that's one of the reasons why our team looked as it did last season because the offensive line. The offensive line didn't have consecutive games together as a
Right.
unit. It was always different players in and out each week, each snap.
Man, they was tripping with that. They
Yeah,
just couldn't find nobody to jail. But I mean, the
right.
play was just so subpar. I mean, literally, we just had guys just stepping to the side, like, "Go ahead, bro.
Right.
Just go hit him.
Yeah.
Go hit him, bro. Go
Right.
ahead. Just
But
go."
looking at the offensive line in this last game, it's like, dog, that's beautiful. Like to
Yeah.
see Daniel Jones actually step back in the pocket, read the field, and make
Man.
a throw. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been a long time. It's been a
Yo.
It
long
all
time since I've
Yo.
seen that.
it also seems like they have like a new slogan too this year. Dog, like
Yeah.
Hey, I
D.
like that.
No. D stands for something, A stands for
Right.
something, W, and then G. I forget what they all stand for, but I
Right. Yeah, I
know it
know what you're
stands for
talking about.
something. And even the coaches have worn a sweatshirt. I actually ordered it. If I had it, I would have worn it today.
Oh man, I'm
Um,
gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check that out. But all
Heck
right, let's
yeah.
go to this last part, man. Any takes that you guys want to talk about? Just something that's been just burning in your mind, something you want to get off your chest. This is your time right now.
Oh man, this is my favorite part of the episode.
Shoot, that man Dayball seemed like he been hitting the gym. He losing weight.
Oh
Like
yeah,
coach out
yeah.
there slimming down.
He definitely
Like,
slimming down out there.
yeah.
I,
He's looking good.
I saw something somewhere that he and his wife are hitting the Ozempic trend, and I was like, "Come on."
All right. Yeah. All right.
No.
Oh man.
I'm not making fun of him at all. I actually saw that.
Well,
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
Well, let's
here
keep
we
it
go.
about the team. Let's keep it about the team, not his personal life.
Here we go. I got you right
so
here. Oh, go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So how we feeling about the running back committee?
I
I'm
think
gonna
we're
be
gonna be
honest.
okay.
I'm not very excited, or I'm not too happy with it. I think we could have gotten someone better than Singletary. I think, in my personal opinion, I think Tracy is going to be better than Singletary. I know he just got injured in a very
Ah,
serious injury. I think he'll be back, but once he is back, I think he's going to be better than Singletary and take that starting job. I don't know what you guys think, but I think, in
I
my
think
opinion, I
I
honestly think
think
Eric Gray is going to be better too.
I think either Tracy
hold
or
on, hold
Gray
on,
would be
hold
the
on, real
third
quick. I
down
just want
back.
to make sure I heard that correctly. Hold on. Did you say that Eric Gray and Tyrone Tracy is gonna be better than Devin Singletary?
yeah.
Oh,
Singletary was toting that mug. I ain't
yo,
gonna
Right,
lie.
that's what I was
come
saying. That's what
on,
I was saying.
He,
That's what I was
come
saying. I feel like
on.
Tracy could be the third down back, but starting, nah.
Singletary was
Singletary
definitely
gonna
running pretty
he
hard.
man
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
north south running. He
come
man he
on.
ain't doing all that chopping. He gonna see that hole and he right
Man,
through
no
it.
dancing, no
No
look,
chopping.
dancer. He gonna coming
look,
straight through there
we're
full power.
Everything two
it's
six wasn't like.
it's gonna get used to seeing someone that is not Saquon out there.
Well, I
Not for
It's gonna
me.
be
Um,
refreshing for
it's the
sure.
same number, but it's just a different
Yeah,
last name.
not for me,
exactly,
yo. Cause look, I ain't gonna
exactly.
lie. I'm like the bitter ex right now. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready
Yeah, I'm
for.
not even
I'm.
gonna say what I want to say about Saquon, but
Bruh, I just seen him in
hey
training
man,
camp at
I
the
wouldn't throw a
Eagles,
bucket of
bruh.
water on him if he was on fire.
Man,
I'm telling you, man.
it
I'm
just
I'm
kind of
seems
telling you.
so
upset. I
surreal.
was
Like
a
it's just weird.
Yo, I ain't gonna
I was
lie.
upset.
He's pissed me off, man. Like
For
he's
real.
pissed me off so much that like that is one of the things that I really hope. I really, really hope that our running game is just good. Because
It
that's
will
all we
be.
need. All we
Bro,
Yeah,
need
we
is
I
finna
think
be
it
good.
would be.
running. We finna be running power football. We have a
Yup.
fullback. And you
Heck
seen
Oh,
yeah,
what he
we
did the
good.
first couple plays, bro.
what?
He looked good. He did
Yes.
look good.
Johnson.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
He
And
looked
and on
real
top of that,
good.
how like was I the only one who realized when it was like 3rd and 1 and those short yardage like plays that we needed? Like, how did it feel to know that we had Devin Singletary who was just
Exact.
ready to just attack?
To
Mhm.
just go
Like,
get it. No
like just
dancing,
Right.
bro.
come
Just
Just give me
go
the
on,
ball.
get the first down. That's
come
it.
Right.
on.
Heck yeah.
And it was
He
just
he
like,
he was giving me flashbacks of Brandon Jacobs, dog.
I mean,
I seen Brandon Jacobs out there when had the pill in his head. I'm like,
he was,
yo, we got
yeah,
one.
he was toting that joint.
And when
Yep.
he hit you seen the movie hit in the hole when he whoop whoop got the dude.
Man.
Oh man,
Saquon who?
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
Saquon
yo.
who?
I'm
and I
like, yo,
mean
that's
that's just like, man, put the name away. Like,
All
let's look at
right.
the production, man. That's all that matters.
yo,
We don't care about the name. We just need you
exactly,
to do the
I
exactly,
job. That's it.
I
Exactly.
exactly.
have a
And that
I
opens
have
it
a
up more for Daniel. My fault. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a take I wanted to talk about, but you can go first. You can finish what you
Oh
were
no.
saying.
Well,
Oh
Go
I
no, that
ahead,
got
was
bro.
it.
I'll go after you then.
Uh, I I personally think no matter what the Giants' record is this year and how well they do, they they're gonna compete as hard as possible.
For sure.
Gonna Dable is not gonna let them settle for less than 6 wins, in my opinion.
Facts.
Like when we were talking about what wins do we need to be satisfied with, like 7 or 8 is the standard for the Giants, honestly, and that's just like the low bar for them, if
I
that makes
want to
sense.
win majority of our division games. That's what matters to me.
We're gonna beat Washington twice, in my opinion, and
Heck
then
yeah.
I
Yeah, we
personally
don't lose
think.
to
Washington is our
Washington.
son. Right.
Yeah.
Washington
Listen,
is our son.
listen, listen. I personally think we're gonna beat Washington twice, and then we're gonna split both series this year with the Eagles and the Cowboys, and that may sound crazy.
I
Not
look,
crazy at all.
it's not crazy, but I just don't want to lose to the
Right.
Eagles. I want to stomp them out. If it's any team that I want to beat, it's them.
Hey,
It's them.
I mean,
For sure.
I feel you on that, but we talk about the Eagles, dog. I I feel you.
Bro, they're not that
I
good.
always
Like,
wanted to beat
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
they
be
not.
Eagles,
real with
but
y'all. The Eagles are not that good. They're not.
They
They're
not.
really
you
not.
don't think so?
No, I don't.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what the Eagles are missing. Their corners. We are gonna f those corners up.
Yes.
I'm telling you
James
that
Yeah,
right
with
now.
Malik,
Bradbury.
yeah.
To-
Yeah, with
Like
Malik, he
we're
definitely
good,
got to.
and what people don't realize is what made their defense like great that one year was that they had a defensive line. They had J.J. Reddick. They had Cox. They had
Mm,
my
I do
other
think it's gonna
guy.
be easy to run on them now.
It is not the
Now,
same. It
you
is
know
not the
what? I ain't
same
even
no
think
more.
about that. I definitely
They
didn't even
don't
think about that.
they
they're
don't
not the
have the
same
D line
Eagles.
that is going to really make it easy for the corners and for everybody else. It's not the
And they don't
same.
got Kelsey either. That
And you
And
know
center,
on the
what?
offensive
that
side of the
center.
ball, on the
Right.
Yeah.
offensive side of the
Wait.
ball, they do not have Kelsey. So guess what, Jalen Hurts? You're gonna have to see our D line now.
You're gonna have to see
That
Dex.
you
Dex
know
gonna
what I
be putting
mean?
Okay.
hands on
Okay.
you.
You know,
Okay.
and
Okay.
so
And
yeah, they have the
another thing
so
about the Eagles, their coach, Sirianni, not only does he act like a kid, he's just not a good coach in
Yeah, the
general.
players don't
he's
really
not.
like him. He don't got that locker room like Dave's.
Right. I'll give you
You've
that. Yeah.
seen, if you guys saw the clip of him after they beat Kansas City, where he was like, "Hey, I don't hear anything," you know,
Oh
that
yeah.
thing.
Right.
Um, like he just acts like a
Overreacting.
kid. He just acts like a kid.
I
Not
mean,
even
when you
that.
win,
He
you could
just
talk your ish.
You
Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
can.
what
yeah,
comes with it. When you
yeah.
win, you can definitely
Unfortunately,
talk your ish. So it's
but I'm gonna
You
tell you this.
can, but
I'm gonna tell you this though, and this is the major piece that I want people to understand, especially the first game that we see them, because it's gonna be at MetLife.
it's gonna be
Forget
man.
the
rocking.
X, forget the X's and O's for a second. We're gonna have the momentum. We're gonna like our crowd is gonna be bananas. So that's us playing on steroids. And if you think that we don't know and understand that people don't think we are a Giants team without Saquon, you are sadly mistaken. They
This
Gotta
Right.
is
hear the
do
an
better.
rumors. They hear
And
the
I've
some
been
people.
rumors.
saying that.
They hear the noise. They want to prove something too.
It's like don't I mean don't get me wrong. Did it hurt? that we lost Saquon, yeah, but 30 minutes later, I'm just thinking about all of the opportunities and how open the offense could finally be now, knowing that we don't have to rely on Saquon every snap.
It's a fact. It's a fact. And then on top of
Definitely
that,
a
it's like,
fact.
yo, let's hope Saquon, like, not that I'm wishing any harm on him, but let's hope he make it to our game
I
first.
hope he has the
Right.
worst season
The
possible. I don't
worst.
care.
Right.
Nah, I'm with
Right.
you. I'm with you.
I hope
I
we
don't
I
want
hope
him to
we
get
hold
hurt.
him in
I
check.
don't want him to get hurt, but I
Right.
want him to have the worst experience ever.
Because I'm
That's a
telling you
fact.
right now, the grit that we got going on, like, I love it. But anyway, my major take kind of goes to what we was saying when we were headed into the season when we won our first Super Bowl and Eli Manning was the most hated guy in the world. There was an important like message that he sent out during the off season where there was a conversation and they asked Eli, "Yo, do you think you're an elite quarterback?" And Eli Manning answered and was like, "Oh, yes, I think I'm elite." And it was like big news. It was put on Sports Center, newspapers, and all of that. And that was like, wow. The locker room was kind of like, man, Eli said that. Like we don't really know him to be the talky guy, but the fact that he said that was like, wow. So that at that moment in time, that was a thing.
Hmm.
This year, when Daniel Jones got into the fight with old dude at the training camp, that was our Eli Manning moment right there.
Yes, sir.
That was our Eli
I was
Manning
like,
moment.
yeah, Danny.
Yeah,
I
Go
that
was
was
ahead
like,
when
and
I
get
was
in
yeah,
just
there one
like,
Danny.
time.
I was like, okay, he he he's going to be on a mission. And David, you kind of said this earlier. Yeah, he threw his picks, but what did he do after that though? How did he
Hmm.
Definitely
That
respond
settled
to
in.
part.
that?
That
He
part.
That's
responded.
he
And I mean,
responded.
like, it's just like, bro, it's the preseason. This is the time where we want to see him make his mistakes because now he can
Dable
learn from them.
Dable said that in the press conference right after the game. This is what these games are for, and that's exactly
Exactly.
what he said. And
It's okay. Like, it's all good. Go ahead, brother.
Right.
one more
I just
thing.
want let me just say this last part because I wanted to land. I just wanted to land this take because I know it's gonna sound crazy and people gonna just be like, "Yo, he just talking." But my take is Daniel Jones is gonna be top two quarterbacks in the NFC East. That's my take.
I think number one.
I
I
think
mean,
he
I've
definitely
been
could be
saying
top
that,
two,
bro.
especially seeing that the Cowgirls ain't make no moves this offseason. I don't know what Jerry Jones is on, but
And
they didn't make no
CD's not
improvement.
there.
Like
Hey,
I definitely agree with that top two quarterback in the NFC East
come
because
on. Everybody hyping up
behind
Jaden
Jalen,
Daniels right now.
right, Jaden Daniels ain't gonna come in and tear it up, and
I mean,
we
I think
already
this
know
is
how the
gonna be
Cowgirls
good,
are.
but again, it's the Redskins, so it's just like
Exactly.
you not beating us, bro. You not.
Right.
You just
We
not. It's not
always
gonna
son
happen.
Washington.
It's
Washington
not
is
gonna
our
happen.
son, yo.
Yo, we are playing them at a perfect time because
Week two.
let's say they do get it together, right? They're not going to get it together by week two. That that's just not a logical thinking right there. So like, and on top of
Especially if
that,
we
their
go out and
receiving core
stomp
is
the
super weak.
Vikings,
I got that as a week one dub.
Come
I got
on,
bro.
us
man.
winning week one.
I've been saying we should beat them by 17, but the injury is just increasing it by 3.
Yeah,
Every injury they
Mm.
got is just 3 points for us because it's just like I don't see it. Sam Darnold is not
man. Come on, yo.
anything special.
Come
Like,
on, man.
no,
Our
no,
D
no.
our D line should be like just so happy right now that we
Honestly,
got Sam Darnold.
I
Come
And it's
don't.
on.
I
crazy
don't ever
because I wanted
advocate
the
for
Giants to
anyone to get hurt.
draft JJ McCarthy. Like I wanted the Giants to get JJ McCarthy too, and that's crazy.
But I
He out
mean,
for the
just because he got
season.
hurt there doesn't mean he would got hurt here. So
True. Yeah.
it is what it is. But I just want to say this: I don't advocate for players to get hurt, but JJ McCarthy or not, Sam Donald, he might end up in a hospital playing
Yo,
us.
come
As much
on,
as he's gonna get hit,
come
like
on,
for
come
real. Did
on.
you guys see that clip? What Miles Garrett did to that right tackle,
Mhm.
and Sam Darnold didn't even see him.
Right.
That's Miles Garrett.
Blindside.
He was gonna die that day. He's lucky he was in practice.
Oh man,
So
One
yo,
last
like this is the game I'm expecting Kayvon to go crazy. Like,
it's a fact. It's a fact.
kind of adding on to what you're saying, one last take I had. People are forgetting this is a New York team. This team is not going to take any criticism from anyone and like actually believe it. This team is going to go out there and fight. This team is
oh
going to
yeah,
go out there. This team is going to go out there and just like you said, like we're going to have like that dog mentality in my opinion. I know that sounds
Heck
kind of
yeah.
crazy, but
Oh
we're going
nah.
to do something special this year.
I
for
believe it.
sure, brother,
I
for
believe
sure.
it.
Mhm.
Heck yeah. Heck
Hey
Okay, well
yeah.
yo,
let me
look,
get my last take out of it. Oh, go ahead, bro. One list.
nah, I just wanted to take this moment in time to just say, yo, I enjoyed this right here, man.
For
Just
sure.
with some
Yeah.
giant fan. You know what? David knows I don't really call people giant fans. I call them soldiers, man. So just to be able to chop it up with some giant soldiers, man, I like this bag right
Yeah,
here, man.
man.
Yeah,
It's
I
I
like
nothing
that. I
appreciate
to
like that. I like
I,
that.
I
But I just want to
appreciated
get
being
my
on
last
this
take
too.
out there. Oh yeah, brother. No doubt. Um, but I just want to say, no matter what happens in the preseason, week one, everything starts over. So let all the negative stuff happen.
Yup,
Let them work through it. Come week one, hey man,
yup.
we got to be there to support everyone that's involved, everybody that's on the team. Like all the negative, all the downplay on players, no matter who it is, like it should be done by week one.
Man, you gonna be so lit week one. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yes, 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 and I will
I'm
be at the
so
game this week
excited.
I
on.
can't wait.
I
I
saw
can't
your
wait.
TikTok.
Are you
I
guys
I
saw it.
going?
can't
Are
wait.
you guys going?
I wish. I don't think so.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I just
I mean, I live in Georgia, so I'm trying to get tickets to the game when they play the
I live
Falcons out here. So
oh
I
Okay,
live in
oh
okay. I
yeah
hope you get those
oh
tickets,
yeah.
brother. I hope you get those
heck
tickets.
yeah.
I live
I
in
just got the I
Massachusetts,
just bought
so
my Brown joints, my Brown tickets because I'm here
Okay.
stationed in Michigan. So 6 hours away. That's not too bad. That's our
Nope.
closest game.
Nope.
So yeah, I just got
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got a bet. I got a bet with a coworker of mine at the Browns game because he feel like the Browns will beat us. I said I got $50 that we win that game.
Nah, we gonna dust them
I
too.
don't see the
we're
Browns
gonna
beating us.
beat the Browns.
All
But
right,
all right,
all right.
fellas, let's wrap this up, man. First thing, I just want to say thank you, to you, Rashad, to you, Lucas. I really appreciate you guys showing up. To all the other fans that said they was gonna be there, and something happened, something came up. A salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all just putting the effort and communicating with me. My dog TP, I appreciate you coming in, showing love.
Yes,
All the
sir.
fans that watch, man, thank you so much, man. If you are looking to have conversation with us, all you got to do is subscribe here and then subscribe on TikTok. And we can definitely talk about getting you on the show. So please reach out to me after you do those things. Shout out your guys' social media channels. If you have them one more time.
NJMA goats.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm TPWAY the Giant on YouTube. Please make sure y'all subscribe. Like I say all the time, I'm on a road to 1,000 subscribers. So look, if you are a Giant soldier, you need to definitely be there, man. We definitely turn up over there. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's it. I appreciate y'all boys, and we'll get back to y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.